Urgent. Deal done. Just happened. Biggest trade in the NFL. Sidney Brown in Dallas. Cowboys news. You're not going to believe what just went down in the NFL world, and if you're a Cowboys fan, you might want to sit down for this one. This is absolutely earth-shaking news, and I mean that with no exaggeration. Just moments ago, it was confirmed that Sidney Brown, the hard-hitting, high-motor safety from the Philadelphia Eagles, has been officially traded to the Dallas Cowboys in what is being called one of the most unexpected and boldest moves of the offseason. That's right, Sidney Brown, the heart and soul of the Eagles' secondary last year, is packing his bags and heading to Arlington, Texas. Let's talk about why this is such a monumental trade, how it happened, what the Cowboys are getting in Brown, and what this means for both franchises moving forward. Because folks, this isn't just a standard player shuffle, this is a seismic shift that could change the entire landscape of the NFC. Now let's rewind just a little bit. Sidney Brown was drafted by the Eagles in 2023, and right out of the gate, he made a name for himself with his aggressive play style, incredible athleticism, and an ability to read offenses like a seasoned veteran. Coming out of Illinois, Brown had already built a reputation as a fearless leader and someone who always brought energy to the locker room. Standing at 5'10" and weighing in around 210 pounds, Brown may not be the biggest safety on the field, but he more than makes up for it with his explosive speed, sharp instincts, and bone-crushing tackles. And let's not forget, this guy is a ball hawk. Whether it's reading a quarterback's eyes and jumping the route or laying out receivers over the middle, Brown is a game-changer. In just his rookie season, he made highlight reel plays that had analysts raving and had Eagles fans believing they'd struck gold in the mid-rounds of the draft. So how in the world did this guy end up in a Cowboys uniform? Well, that's where things get interesting. Behind the scenes, there have been rumblings about the Eagles' front office exploring moves to open up cap space and retool their roster around younger talent. Some insiders hinted at potential surprise trades, but no one, and I mean no one, had Sidney Brown on their radar. The Cowboys, on the other hand, have been laser-focused this offseason on building an elite-level defense to complement their already high-powered offense. With Dan Quinn departing earlier in the year, the Cowboys' new defensive staff has been aggressive in reshaping their identity. And it looks like they've just made their boldest move yet. According to league sources, the Cowboys have been quietly monitoring Brown's situation in Philadelphia for the past several weeks. Once they caught wind that he might be available, they acted swiftly, putting together a package deal that the Eagles simply couldn't refuse. While the full details of the trade haven't been officially released, insiders are reporting that Dallas has sent a combination of mid-round draft picks and possibly a player or two in exchange for Brown. Some speculate that a cornerback or linebacker may have been included in the deal, potentially someone the Cowboys were already considering moving due to depth at those positions. But no matter the price, one thing is clear: the Cowboys are all in on winning now, and they believe Sidney Brown is the missing piece that can take their defense to the next level. Just imagine this Cowboys secondary now. Trevon Diggs, one of the league's most electrifying ballhawks, pairing up with Brown, a fearless enforcer who thrives in the box and covers ground with elite speed. That's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. You've got Brown blitzing off the edge or dropping back into deep coverage while Diggs lurks, waiting to pounce on any mistake. And don't forget about Darren Bland, who's quietly become one of the most dependable corners in the league. With these three in the backfield, the Cowboys suddenly have a unit that can go toe-to-toe with any receiving corps in the league, including the ones they'll face in the NFC East. And from a culture standpoint, this is a massive win. Sidney Brown isn't just a talented player, he's a tone setter. He brings an edge, a swagger, and a physicality that will immediately raise the intensity of this defense. We're talking about a guy who studies film obsessively, lives in the weight room, and pushes his teammates to bring their best every single day. Cowboys fans have been yearning for that kind of leadership on the defensive side of the ball. Micah Parsons has already been that guy in the front seven, but now the secondary has its own alpha. It's a perfect storm, and it could be exactly what this team needs to get over the hump. Let's talk fit. Brown thrives in defensive schemes that let him roam, attack, and play instinctively. The Cowboys' new defensive coordinator is known for emphasizing aggressive, multiple-look schemes that let safeties blitz, cover, and hit. Brown will have the freedom to be everywhere on the field, lining up in the slot, crashing the line of scrimmage, or patrolling the deep middle. His versatility is what makes him such a dangerous weapon. He's the type of player you can unleash on 3 and long to force a turnover, or drop back on 1 stone down to bait a quarterback into a bad throw. And let's not overlook his special teams impact. Brown has been a standout gunner and return team presence. That kind of all-around value is rare, and it gives the Cowboys added depth and flexibility. Now, naturally, this move is going to stir up some major reactions across the NFL. For one, the Eagles fanbase is already in uproar. Trading a young, ascending star within the division? That's almost unheard of. The last time something like this happened, it was decades ago, and it didn't end well for the team that let the player go. Brown was beloved in Philly. His hustle, his passion, his ability to make plays when it mattered most, those are the things fans don't forget. And now, they'll be forced to watch him wear the star on his helmet and possibly make game-saving plays against them. From a rivalry standpoint, this just cranked up the tension to 100. You better believe those Cowboys-Eagles matchups just got a whole lot more personal. Meanwhile, in Dallas, the reaction has been electric. Social media is exploding with excitement. Fans are calling this the move of the offseason. Even Cowboys legends are chiming in, praising the front office for finally making a splash that signals they're serious about contending. And with good reason. This is a franchise that has been stuck in the divisional round of the playoffs for years. Every season, they show flashes of brilliance but ultimately fall short. With a roster that includes Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Micah Parsons, and now Sidney Brown, there are no more excuses. The time to win is now. And let's consider the bigger picture here. This move sends a message to the rest of the league. The Cowboys are no longer content with incremental progress. They're taking risks. They're thinking long-term while also going all in for 2025. This trade tells us that they're not just chasing a playoff berth, they're chasing a Super Bowl. Adding a player like Sidney Brown isn't about depth or rotational snaps. It's about building a defense that can dominate in January, that can stand toe-to-toe with the 49ers, the Lions, and yes, even the Chiefs if it comes to that. From a locker room perspective, Brown's arrival also introduces some very interesting dynamics. There's already a core leadership group forming around guys like Parsons, Prescott, and Zach Martin. Adding someone with Brown's charisma and intensity could galvanize the team in ways we haven't seen in years. Every team that makes a deep playoff run has that one mid-season or off-season addition that turns out to be the missing piece. Think of the Rams adding Von Miller. Think of the Bucs getting Antonio Brown. Sidney Brown could be that guy for Dallas. Let me tell you this, training camp is going to be absolutely wild. Brown will be hitting the ground running, learning the system, building chemistry with his new teammates, and getting acclimated to a very different environment than what he had in Philly. But don't expect a slow start. Brown is a grinder. He's the type of player who studies the playbook like it's a final exam. And with the Cowboys coaching staff already preparing packages specifically for his skill set, we're going to see fireworks early and often. So what's next? Well, the Cowboys aren't done. This move could open the door for more aggressive roster reshuffling. They've got momentum, they've got media attention, and they've got players buying in. Don't be surprised if Dallas makes 1 or 2 more moves before the season starts. But for now, they've made a statement. The Sidney Brown trade is a shot across the bow to the entire NFL. The Cowboys are coming, and they're not playing games. And to all the Eagles fans out there, yeah, we hear you. You're shocked. You're frustrated. You're probably questioning your front office. But that's the nature of the league. Sometimes, bold moves backfire. Other times, they spark dynasties. Time will tell which this one is. But one thing is certain, when Week 10 rolls around and the Cowboys face the Eagles, all eyes will be on one man in a navy blue jersey with a star on his helmet. And if he makes the big play that seals the game? Well, let's just say that trade will be talked about for years. So buckle up, Cowboys fans. The season hasn't even started, and we're already in mid-season form with the drama, excitement, and energy. Sydney Brown is a Dallas Cowboy, and the NFL landscape may never be the same. Make sure you're subscribed because this channel is going to be following every step of this journey, from his first day in camp to his first interception at AT&T Stadium. Drop a comment below. What do you think of the trade? Did the Cowboys fleece the Eagles? Is this the move that gets us to the Super Bowl? Let's talk about it. Smash that like button if you're hyped about this blockbuster deal, and we'll see you next time with more Cowboys breaking news.